What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Alrighty. The other thing I want to talk to you about is over the last couple of days, there's been some type of communique sent out on social media that there was a bench warrant for my arrest, and I wanted to explain that. And who better to explain it than myself? Instead of you listening to rumors and innuendo and half-baked truths, it's better you tune in here and get the facts as they are from my perspective. So let me bring you up to speed. In 2023, in January, in fact, January the 26th, 2023, to be exact, what I'm doing here is I'm explaining to you what this case is all about. The bench warrant, the case about Chishimba Kambwili. I'm going to explain this to you in fine detail so that you understand it clearly instead of getting snippets, bits and pieces, and digital vignettes from social media. You can just hear the truth here, and I will tell you the truth here. I've got no reason to mislead you. I have no reason to lie to you. So here it is in January 2026. You remember there was a young man by the name of Charles Kakula. Tell me in the comments below if you remember who that is. For those of you that have forgotten who that is, let me remind you. During the tyrannical reign of the Patriotic Front, Charles Kakula was a PF cadre. He was a PF youth that had stormed the Ministry of Works and Supply, and there was a lady there that he accused of being a UPND sympathizer. You remember that. He went to the Ministry of Works and Supply. He dragged this woman named we only knew her as Madame Cherie. Please, again, tell me in the comments if you remember exactly who that is. No, it was in did I say 2026? 2023. This was in January of 2023, in the year of 2023. I'm sorry. Did I say 2026? My bad. That's the reason you have to listen to yourself when you speak. Sometimes public speakers are guilty of this. Sometimes you just speak and rule number one in public speaking, listen to what you're saying. My apologies. In 2023, January 2023, Charles Kakula stormed, sorry, it was my bad. You see, I'm getting my dates mixed up. Let me be clear. During the PF, okay, prior to 2021, the 2023 thing I'll explain, but during the PF, before 2021, Charles Kakula, who was a PF sympathizer, he was a PF cadre, he stormed the Ministry of Works and Supply office. Remember, this was before the 2021 elections. Him and his colleagues stormed the Ministry of Works and Supply, and he fished out a woman by the name of Madame Cherie, accusing her of being a UPND sympathizer. Now remember, this was the time of the PF. So Charles Kakula said that he knew that this woman was a UPND sympathizer. He dragged her, took her to the PS's office, and started reprimanding her in front of the PS. And the poor PS, he was completely helpless. He couldn't do anything, because you remember in the PF, you couldn't do anything. And so Kakula actually threatened the woman and said if she didn't leave the premises, or something to that effect, he would burn her alive in that office. You remember that? Do you remember that? Please tell me you remember that. Yes, I know what I said. I've corrected that. My apologies. I misspoke. Okay? So when Charles Kakula did that, this was prior to the 2021 elections, After the UPND won, Kakula became a major cadre that was supporting Chishimba Kambwili. And in January now, we're fast forwarding now, January of 2023, the same Charles Kakula went to Chishimba Kambwili's house with a group of youth, and they started chanting, they started singing a song, a very tribally charged song, okay? Saying, Ba Kambwili, you told us to get into the boat, but we climbed on a cow. Now, I did a video, a response reaction video to that song that was sung at the front gate of Chishimba Kambwili's house, sung by Charles Kakula and a group of youth. Kambwili was not singing that song. It was Charles Kakula with a group of PF youth that was singing that song. They were chanting, you told us to go into the boat, which was the PF symbol, but instead we jumped on this cow. A derogatory reference to the Tonga tribe. So I made a video where I disapproved of that type of messaging. I felt that messaging was, it lent to the idea and to the promotion of tribalism. That's what I felt. I still feel that way. Now, in his defense, I must point out, in his defense, in Chishimba Kambwili's defense, after Charles Kakula and his UPN and his PF cadre colleagues sang the song, Kambwili, on the very same day, within the gates of his house, reprimanded Charles Kakula. Kambwili said to Charles Kakula and his cohorts and his colleagues, he said, you can't sing that song here. I do not permit you to sing that song. That song is tribal, it's derogatory, it's anathema, and it should not be tolerated and it should not be sung. That was Chishimba Kambwili telling Charles Kakula and his fellow youth. This case that I'm involved in now, I have been called as a state witness. I have been called as a state witness because I made a reactionary video to that song. I said on Facebook, Namwinga, sorry, Mama, just bring it here, please. I made a reactionary video to that song, and I said that this was incorrect, that we're in a roundabout way, inadvertently, these guys were promoting some form of tribalism. So the state summoned me to be a state witness because of my reaction to that video. And so when they summoned me, initially, again, ignorance is no defense. My thinking was, when you are a state witness, it's up to you to go to court and testify. I was mistaken. When you are a state witness, this is the reason when you're a state witness, the summons is in the president's name. The summons, it says in the name of, come and testify. So in other words, you have to testify. Whatever you're going to say is up to you, but you have to appear in court. Nobody's going to compel you to say what they want you to say. You have to say, you have to testify. Whatever you say is up to you. So the very first time I received a summons, I just assumed that it was up to me to go or not to go. I was sadly mistaken. When you are a state witness, in a sense, you are compelled to go, because you were summoned as a state witness. So I was given a couple of dates, and the first few dates I didn't go. And The third time, the date of my appearance in court ran concurrently, or ran at the same time that I was at the High Court hearing my case about this tire slashing case. So on that particular day, I couldn't go because both court dates, both court events were on the same day. So I couldn't go. And my lawyers communicated that to the prosecution. So alternatively, subsequently, thereafter, I was given the 19th of December, 2024, to appear. And guys, I'll be very frank with you, and this is what I told the judge today. I apologized profusely. I begged the court's leniency, and I said, Your Honor, the truth is, the 19th of December that I was supposed to be in court, honest to goodness, I forgot. I forgot. And I'm so sorry that I did that. So I appeared in court today, and the matter was supposed to take off today, but it has been adjourned to the 6th of March, 2025, because there's another witness who did not show up today. Now, I must point out that the judge was very displeased with the prosecution because the prosecution hasn't assembled all of the witnesses. So the judge, in effect, said, look, you guys the prosecution needs to get its act together. This case has been running for close to a year. And if all of your witnesses are not in tow, if you haven't galvanized all of your witnesses, then, that's not good for you. So she sort of indicated and intimated that she wasn't pleased with the unnecessary prolonging of the case. So the case now has been adjourned to the 6th of March, 2026. 2025. What's going on with me, Mwebantu? My goodness. Ushadi stress, the chinshi. The case has been adjourned to 6th of March, 2025. I'll get it right in a moment. I wish I recorded this thing instead of being live on Facebook, because if I'm live, you guys are going to start saying, hey, you can't even get your dates right. But I must share something with you guys that really broke my heart today. It really broke my heart. Watching Chishimba Kambwili walking into the courthouse. His arm was in a sling, and he wasn't really walking properly, and he was more like he was shuffling. He was walking with a shuffle, very slowly. And I was sitting in the dock, and Chishimba Kambwili walked over to me, and he walked into the dock, and he sat right next to me. And I held out my hand to greet him, and he gripped me. And my heart just broke. He was involved in that car accident, and he looks in bad shape. He looks in bad shape. And we need to pray for Kambwili. We need to pray for him.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, J Cool, and turn on the notification bell, cause I'm gonna see you in the next video.